You've got some really tasty recipes brewing, I hear, and
Yes.
especially some follow-ups and some of the ones that some of the recipes that I think we got the list of stuff we have to get in the grocery store. We got it home, put it all together, mashed it all up, threw it in the oven, and I think right now you're ready to like pull it out and tell us like, is it done yet, or is it we still
Yep.
need another 20 minutes? Like, what's going on? So,
Yeah.
give us an update on some of the things you've been doing in the ad lab.
Absolutely. I think to continue on with that analogy, you were like watching every step where it's like, now we're gonna cut it this way. Now we're gonna put it in the oven. Like it's been
Yep.
baking for a while, and
Yep.
what we expected to happen is sort of happening, which I like to back up a little bit, and rather than just diving right into the metrics, we are absolutely going to get to, especially on my small test of the new Andromeda update and how it is acting and what the new model is for kind of go forward. I want to talk about the philosophy a bit of the reasoning behind Meta's changes and also even Google's changes. The interesting part about the Andromeda update and the interesting thing about having all of the ads inside of one ad set and also having the users locked into that ad set is forcing almost advertisers to go back to traditional way of marketing. It also is providing a better user experience for the people who are on Meta and Instagram, which is, I think, the number one factor for the change because people don't want to be like picture of a dog 20% off. Then it's like my update from my cousin at 30% off. And so it's not, they don't want it to turn into kind of like this big sale platform. They're going to ruin the user experience. People are going to just kind of hop off. They want to grow, learn, engage, educate. They want to be involved, like a forum, like a community. And so what Meta has been producing in terms of the content diversification, the founder story, the UGC, the ad AIs, the testimonials, like all of those different ways that they're doing content diversification is to educate the user on a story, engage them where they may be at in their funnel, and lock them into that ad set so that it can continue to produce results from that campaign because they're finding more and more opportunities. It essentially removes a lot of the highly structural technical media buying, not the technical media buying, but the highly structural technical, like if they did this on Tuesday, then we do this with them on Friday kind of thing. And I have another test that I'm running with another company that I show a little bit of it on this live here, but then I also have my main case study. But I want to give you some different variations. But the reasoning as to why is something I think I kind of skip over a lot. And what I have been seeing more often in the way that Meta is deploying the changes is more to how people are subconsciously buying nowadays. And I believe this is something that we all do, but we all have that cognitive dissonance where it's like it's not necessarily our frontal lobe as aware, it's more subconscious. When we start to engage with purchases on social media, what we're actually doing is being force-fed content on the front end of our phones, like through Facebook and Meta and YouTube. And then the landing page is simply a confirmation of what I've already learned.
Right.
So an extreme case of this, and it's something I'm working on with another company now, but they have an hour and a half webinar that they push people through for an education, and then they sell them the full course at the end. And it is a fantastic company, fantastic product. Like their core offering is spot on, second to none, excellent. But I think that the original thought process on deploying the model might be still a little bit old school. And I say old school as in like a year ago kind of thing, like not old school at all from a digital marketing perspective. But what we're testing now is taking their hour and a half webinar and breaking it up into smaller chunks. And those smaller chunks are becoming creative.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Great idea.
Yep. So
Love
this
that.
way, exactly. So this way, I now don't have to put up an email wall and then
Yeah.
ask for your digital currency, which is your email, to then tell you why I'm special or what I
Lower the
can do
gate.
for you.
No gate.
Exactly. And as you're scrolling through, I'm educating you in micro chunks. So it's like I'm now convincing and selling even pre-click. And it's the reason why Amazon is 40% of the e-commerce is because that is how people are being educated and are purchasing. They are being educated via ads/landing page, but the conversion will happen on Meta. But if I didn't have a landing page, could this still work? Of course. That's why Amazon businesses are in place. So due to the fact that Amazon is a thing, due to the fact that Amazon businesses are a thing, due to the fact that people are educating themselves in content pre-click on Meta, we're sort of skipping the PDPs in terms of levels of importance. It's almost like a shopping cart now, or a confirmation of what I'm already engaging with. So for Meta to say, hey, you need to take your landing page, break it out into bite-sized chunks and create ad copy with it, it's essentially what they're asking us to do. So what we're looking at is when we ran this test for the glove company, and I'm going to go ahead and share screen and explain this. We broke out the landing page into educational piece of content. This is that first week where we only had like the 2-click attributeds. And we still have 19 ads live. We had 50, but it was like a Mother's Day, then a Father's Day, then a Memorial Day. And so we ended up having to stop those sales, but we still have all the original ads that were not seasonal still running and still live all the way back from over a month ago. I have not touched anything else besides shutting off the seasonal ads and then tripling the ad spend. It's the only thing I've done.
Just people haven't seen the previous episode. This is a bespoke glove company from like handmade in Vermont. Not something that people are waking up in the morning and say, hey, I need a luxury high-end glove.
I need a $120 leather glove.
No. $120, like I can get a pair of gloves at Home Depot for $10. But
exactly, exactly. I used this as an example earlier today because I'm educating a lot of our clients on the type of content that we need to start to produce for them and the reasons as to why. And it's exactly right. If I never visit the website and of this glove company, and I'm only engaging in the ads, there is nothing the website is going to tell me that I don't already know. And that's the purpose of this, is if you're engaging in the first ad, the one that people have engaged with the most, which is interesting, the one that we have the most amount of sales, we have an $18 CPA in platform. We have it was $1,800 in ad spend. The next one down is only $318. But that $1,700 in ad spend that has gone to the first ad here, the one that has the highest amount of engagement, has 73 7-day click attributed conversions, and it is pumping out 93 totals. So it's much, much higher than the other ones. However, this is one of the most informative. It is an inseam stitching for dexterity. It is seamless pointer finger for performance. It is additional welt on the secondary seam, so this is a high wear area. It is double walled palm for longevity. It's vein protector. So if you're working and something slices the glove, it's got an additional flap to cover your veins. It is a 2-inch goat leather cuff. It is made in our own factory right here in the United States in Vermont. Now, would you pay $120? I'm getting closer because that's much different than the Home Depot off the brand shelf. So, and then when you're looking at now the actual process of it, like you're seeing people who, and I know this is going to sound weird, but look like who I am if I'm in this industry, more blue collar-esque, and they are hand making these things right here in the United States. It is what it looks like after 1,000 days of use, the before and after. I know this will be around forever. Like I'm now understanding everything that I need to know about this product, and also how durable it is through like chain testing and stuff like that. Like I now know it lasts long. It's made here. There's 7 features that I didn't know of before. All of this information that I am now getting off of these ads and getting off of this information is all before I went to the website. So conversion rate on our site has actually increased exponentially. Now I'm going to talk about that here in a moment.
Which makes complete sense.